Yes.
And as you can see, he's filming as well. And I actually came here in 2019, and there was not very many cars hooked up to the riverboat. So yeah.
Well, what's interesting is some of these are former Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western commuter cars.
Absolutely.
That were used by that railroad in the 30s and lasted in service up until 1984 when they were retired. Then a lot of these scenic railroads bought them up, and well, here they are now. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me move my stuff out of the way.
Well, there we go. We got a good shot of that.
We got a good shot of railroads over helping move our stuff so we're not blocking the thoroughfare. And on the back is a Pullman car, which probably came out of Atlanta because their old shops were there. And by the way, this is the train that we'll be riding. So let's get to it then. Oh, he's going to do the backup signal. That's 3 blasts of the whistle.
There we go.
You're good. Are you talking about the engine? It was built in China back in the 80s.
Oh, okay. No, he said we saw some Pennsylvania.
The 2 p.m. train is now departing Essex Station. All passengers must be on board at this time. The 2 p.m. train is now departing Essex Station.
Hold on! Am I in your shot or is it okay?
You're fine.
Fair enough. And off we go.
Very smooth. Let me tell you, that is the smoothest departure
Yes.
I have ever experienced. It's almost like an electric car.
Yes. Yes, you were saying?
I was saying, it's almost like an electric car. You can't hear the engine going other than the one in front, and just a nice smooth ride out.
Yes. And we have a freight consist over here. I'm sure the Res Unlimited dev team will be impressed by that.
There you go.
Let's see.
Company right there on that.
Erie Railroad, Connecticut Valley, probably New Haven and Hartford, Maine Central. Then, yeah, Jesse's filming me. We have the Lehigh and New England. I forgot about that railroad. Then we have an 060 saddle tank switcher there. I think the conductor's flagging the crossing. Ah! Watch this. Hello! That's neat. It's an old wagon there.
You know what's interesting? You see that crossing we just passed there?
Yes?
No signal, no anything. There might have been a sign there, but it doesn't look like it was the traditional round crossing.
Well, it's not just that. Most railroad crossings that have a sign usually have their crossing sign denoted as an X shape.
Yeah.
Early ones would say stop and look for locomotive, or stop, look, and listen, or have X number of
Your
tracks.
clothes dried? Because the laundry's right there.
Oh yeah, that's funny. I think we could just hang. Oh, I have an idea. Let's just hang them out the train window.
There you go.
No, let's not do that. That'd actually be bad.
Now the riveting pattern on the side of the car reminds me a lot of PDRM.
Well, a lot of railroad museums have. I don't know if the camera's picking up audio.
My camera?
Yeah, I didn't know if you were. Yeah, a lot of the museums have early railroad equipment. Do I need to redo that?
Yeah, you can start now.
Yeah, so a lot of the railroad museums across the United States have railroad cars, some ranging from over 150 years old to maybe 20 to 30 years old at the earliest. But, like for instance, this passenger car here, if you look, you have luggage racks on top, steam heating on the floor, riveted siding. Basically, this car was one that would have probably been built in the 19-teens or 20s, because by then cars were being built of steel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the Valley Railroad's Chester Express. As we depart northward, I just want to remind you of the safety precautions. For your safety, please remain seated at all times. If you're seated at all times, you can take the next car. Please do not open or close any of the windows. If you'd like to have your windows adjusted, let the train crew do it for assistance. Also, if you're seated next to an open window, which all is on today, please keep your body parts inside the train due to extremely close clearances outside. There is no smoking or alcoholic beverages allowed on board. Please keep the shoes off the seats, so the seats are comfortable.
As long as we keep.
The rest of the facilities available on the train and the boat. Please ask a train crew member for the location. There's also refreshments on the boat, those of you that are going on the boat.
The embers, look at the light.
Help us keep the train clean by disposing your trash in containers located in the car. Thank you.
Yeah, take note of that rocking motion. That is the yeah, that rocking motion Jesse just showed. That's
We're on a journey today back in time. Here's some information about the train you're riding on.
yeah, just catch all
The
this.
locomotive in the front of the train is an authentic coal-burning steam locomotive. Currently, we have two operational steam locomotives. Two of them, the third one is in the shop for repair. Number 3025, which is the one that's in the front of the train today, was built in 1989 by the Kansai Locomotive Works and Trains. It originally operated on Knoxon, Maine Railroad of Pennsylvania before Valley Railroad acquired it in 2008. After extensively rebuilding it in our Valley Locomotive Shop, 3025 began service in November of 2011.
Yes, sir.
Number 40, the second operational locomotive, was built in 1920 by the American Locomotive Company.
Yeah, engine 40 is 101 years old this year.
This locomotive spent most of its life in regular freight service on the Aberdeen and Rockfish Railroad in North Carolina before coming to Valley Railroad in 1978. Today's operation, the firemen will shovel by hand over 3 tons of coal into the
Talk about
firebox,
the narration.
and the locomotive will evaporate over 6,000 gallons of water into steam.
Well, keep the one about
Unlike
engine
some
40. I didn't
steam
know about
locomotives,
that.
this locomotive does not have
Okay.
automatic explosives, therefore the fireman has to shovel it by hand. The Republic, which is in the north end of the train, was built in 1930 by Pullman for the New York, New Haven, and Hartford Railroad, and was used on its Premier Express train.
Yeah, I'd try and get all this if you can.
Which ran along the shoreline between Boston and New York City. Basically, today's a cellar train ride between Boston and New York City. 600 and 500 series coaches, were built in 1914 and
I'm filming you, I can just see you
by
bouncing from
Pullmans
the
for
train.
Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western Railroad, which became the Erie Lackawanna. And they're used in commuter service outside Hoboken Terminal, New Jersey. The 1000 series coaches, which have mahogany wood interiors, were built in 1925 by Federal Company in Delaware to the Central Railroad of New Jersey. Basically, the coach cars today were commuter cars for New Jersey residents back in the earlier times.
Until 1984, when they were retired. They outlasted the GG1s by a year, because New Jersey Transit had both. Yeah, if he's done with the narration, you could probably bring it back in, so I could try and do some explanations.
Gonna grab some B-roll.
I'm just getting everything. But yeah, I don't know if the narration will be kept, but the, is my face? Okay, yeah. The two commuter cars that they just mentioned in the narration served on NJ Transit. In other words, back then, the Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western Railroad's commuter service from 1930 until 1984, over almost 50 years. And the GG1 locomotives that were also in service in the 80s were retired a year earlier in 1983. And by then, the few that were left were on the New York and Long Branch Railroad.
It is not like it didn't want to switch back to the screen view for some reason. I'm gonna just do it for a second.
Let the breeze cool it.
Oh, good, yeah.
But yeah, most of the cars, well, yeah, but I don't know if it would help if we were recording because there'd be continuity errors. Don't drop the camera. Wrap the strap around your arm. Oh. It doesn't matter how good of a hand grip you hold. We hit a jolt of track, that thing's gone. Oh, passing a rock wall. Oh, there's a tunnel? TVRM all over again. Maybe a bridge. That's gonna be funny if there is a tunnel. I don't think there is though. Great Smoky Mountains Railroad has a tunnel.
As we head north, nice drive forward right to the scenic River Valley. We're very shortly on the right-hand side of the train to approaching Post Cove, and once across the Essex Street crossing, we will see the larger.
Try and get the scenery.
Combined, these coves contain over 200 acres of freshwater marshlands, which are affected by the Connecticut River tides.
Yeah, try and get the scenery too. That helps.
Sanctuary, and many species of wetland-dependent birds to be seen, including blackened wood ducks, bald eagles, swans, red-winged blackbird, osprey, feathered sharks, egrets, and additionally, other woodland creatures are seen in this area, including fox, beaver, and deer, to name a few. Probably not this time of the day with the heat today. The coves are very popular with the local residents for kayaking and canoeing.
Try and get the scenery, like looking out the window.
As you can see north, you look on the right side of the train, and the smaller of the two coves. We cross over the railroad crossing, and it'll be the bigger of the two coves. And you'll usually see a nesting pair of swans in the bigger of the two coves.
Ooh, swans. That's right. They're made for life, I believe. Handing it forward to where it's facing ahead. Oh, look there, a swan. That's the first time I've ever seen one.
First, always on the south side this time.
Oh yeah, he slowed the train down.
We're about to hit a station, so.
Yeah. Here, wait. You might want to catch the scenery. That's what I'm filming. There's part 2. But I don't know if it'll pick up, but yeah, a lot of the railroads I've been on, the scenery is just spectacular. You know, Great Smoky Mountains, that was the first one I ever rode, period. I went back in 2016. Scenery was beautiful. When I went to the White Pass in Yukon in Alaska, took my breath away. At Cass, which I'll be revisiting, I mean, that just shows West Virginia pretty much up close. You got to want to find that town in order to go to it. You know, I mean, each railroad you ride on, whether it be scenic or otherwise, it's got something special that defines it. All this defines the one here in Essex. And that's what makes it special. That's what makes it unique. You know, I mean, this here is what makes it special.
As we continue north, you'll notice that there's very little activity in the cold, because all the animals and birds are trying to eat the heat just like we do.
I like that New England accent. It's nice.
Okay. So, I read what it said. It has to cool.
Not funny, mine ain't.
Huh?
Mine doesn't.
Surprising. Maybe it's just because it's used to the southern heat.
Ha ha. That or it's an older camera. Oh, that's probably been here since the railroad came about. So it's not cooling off?
Oh no, I'm just gonna like cool down all the way here.
Do they stop at the station?
They do, don't worry. Anyways, I already have B-roll since I went in 2019.
Yeah, you can reuse it, but continuity though, it's like Oceano, so you gotta make sure it's all...
Exactly. Alright, so here we go, we're gonna cross another crossing here.
That's probably the one we crossed when we came in.
We're now entering the town of Deep River. Back around
See if
the
you can
River,
record again.
This area was a thriving transportation center for the railroad and steamship traffic, which operated between Hartford and New York City. The area supported many piers and warehouses, which accommodated the great riverboat steamers from 1845 to the mid-1930s. The Deep River Landing area was also home to the Denison Brothers Shipyard, where in 65 storage was open for use of the coastal waterways and West Indies trade. On the left side of the train, as you pass through Deep River Landing,
Mauritania.
you will see the original Deep River Freight Station. This historic structure, which dates back to 1890, is listed on the National Register of Historic Places.
There's a freight section on the left
As
side.
you go through Deep River, you will see one side will be the freight station, the other side will be the dock where you will eventually board
Those look like
and
the Great Smoky Mountains Railroad right there.
the trip today.
Here, come over here, just film this side.
As you notice on the left side of the train, the clearance is very tight when you're passing through certain areas.
Oh, we should sit here on the way back. Is that meaning that? I think. I don't know unless there's... I don't... Deep River Landing, yeah. Well, they
As we
what about
go
the
to
riverboat?
Tate's Cut, just be careful, nobody leaning out or arms out the window. The clearance of this rock cut is very, very tight for us.
Bring it in. Bring it in. Hey there! But the guy's probably going, what the hell? Yeah. Is that a bird or a buoy? I can't tell.
Actually, if you look up just in the corner there, you'll actually see the Gillett Castle. It's that building just sticking out.
Well, if we're, hey, remember, we're riding the boat, so we'll get to see it close up.
Exactly. You can see the riverboat is coming down the way right now.
Meep, meep.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it any better.
Here, pan out like I'm doing it, and it's just, yeah, it's really pretty. See if you can go into wide angle. Yeah, like, I don't know if what I said earlier caught about the railroad having its own unique thing, You know, the thing about each scenic railroad you go on in each state, you know, it's going to have something that defines it or something that makes it stand out. You know, White Pass and Yukon. Dang it. I'll just explain all this on the boat, unless they have commentary on there too. Or, you know, maybe when we're riding, I guess. I see it's raining cinders. I'm surprised I don't have any in my hair yet. See if you can get a shot going straight down the middle of the train. That'd be unique. I've never been able to do that. It's like I said with the Blues Brothers, we're the film brothers. We just film everything. Mile marker 8. We just had a granite or marble mile marker there. One in Atlanta demoting where the railroad started in the town.
Now pull this down before it tells me it's going to overheat since we're going through a bit of rush.
Yeah. God, this is really pretty, but yeah.
Get that. Cross the bridge.
I'm going pan down, try and do the same. There was I think a duck down there. Tide's going out. So that right there reminds me of the Barrier Islands in Georgia and South Carolina. It's pretty. Yeah, I mean. If you're able to record, you know. He's probably burning anthracite coal or bituminous coal, one of the two. It's probably a culvert right there, yep. Railroad culvert.
We are now entering the beautiful town of Chester. The small structure on the left side of the train was the original Winnipeg station located in North Haven, Connecticut. It was now named Chester Station. The original Chester Station is located on the same side on the left across the street. The main style building with a beautiful stone chimney inside.
Do what I'm doing. See how I have my arms? Alright. Got a New York Central 40-footer there. Central Vermont Railway boxcar. New Haven boxcar. Pennsylvania cupola. The maintenance of way speeder flat.
This area is the habitat of the great blue egret, as well as waterfowl, ducks, and swans.
Ooh, egret.
Across from Chester Creek, off to your right at about the 2 o'clock position, on the far hillside, which is across the river, you will have another view of Gillett Castle.
You can bring the camera back in.
You'll see the castle about that. The castle is at about the 2 o'clock position off the front of the train.
Forgive me, I can't read time when it comes to positions.
Gillett Castle was built by the late actor William Gillett. Surprise. The creator of the original stage version of Sherlock Holmes, he was the country's leading stage actor in the early 1900s. Construction of the castle began in 1914 and was completed in 1919. Today the castle is part of the Connecticut State Park System, and any information about viewing it or visiting it, you would have to go on the State Park System website. As with the virus, everything changed several times.
God, that marshland is so pretty. It's beautiful. Magnificent. Yeah, the granite mile markers and whatnot. Oh, and take note beside us, there may have been another track right there. Maybe a siding, I don't know.
As we proceed north shortly, the train will come to a stop.
Overheating.
That will be at the northern end of today's coach train ride. Presently, the railroad runs an additional 5 miles to the north into the town of Haddam, up near the Route 82 drawbridge. The elegant Essex dinner train operates Saturdays and Sundays. Again, use our website for information. Those who are covering also Friday evenings, June, July, and August, which goes up that extra track. The dinner train is very special and harkens back to the elegant days of the 1920s, which include prepared fresh on board, kitchen and served piping hot, fueled by the staff of the fishermen friendly waves. Those of you that boarded the train,
Passenger whistle stop there.
The fancy cars. That is the dinner train. Reservations are required to get online and use the website. Shortly we'll make the stop as I described, and just remain seating as we locomotive events.
I am not part of the people who made the Gillett Castle. Can't point that out.
I don't think it'll catch
The
you.
will be docked and waiting your arrival.
Yeah.
We ask you to please remain seating.
Mine will be unedited, so that'll just make it more authentic.
Yes.
As far as
Found footage.
Off the train.
Found
Thank you.
footage. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
ash and embers.
Now that we have that gone, I am not related to the person who created or named the Gillett Castle. For clarification. Alright, now back.
No,
I don't think so. Unless you want camera safety.
that's fine. That's fine with me. We're filming each other. There's a lot we could keep in with this, but I think if the narrator's done,
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do another.
but yeah, like what I've been trying to say for the past 10 to 3 minutes, however long it's been. I mean, each scenic railroad I've been on has had something that's made it special. You know, White Pass in Yukon had its gorgeous scenery that took your breath away. This one is known for the beautiful scenery regarding along the water. Great Smoky Mountains and Cass are well known for their views of the mountains, which are fantastic. I mean, that's what makes a lot of these railroads
Ladies and
special.
gentlemen, this is the stop as I described
It's good.
previously, the North Chester stop. Now we will reverse the train and head back to Deep River for the connection with the riverboat. Thank you.
Oh, now you can film it going this way because you're filming in reverse.
Yes.
It's like, wait a minute, you're going in reverse. That's illegal.
So I was holding, and apparently some embers got,
We're okay.
the ember got stuck in my light. I felt it on my hand.
Didn't they say over here?
Part 3.
Yeah, they just said so.
So we're going back to Deep River, I believe.
I believe so. Yes, we are. Just
You know what's funny? All you really have to do is flip the footage around. Flip the footage around and just runs it in reverse.
The narration would be all backwards. That wouldn't be fun.
That'd be funny though. April. April Fool's cursed railroad ride with Railroad Preserver.
All right.
You okay?
Yeah, I can't ride that.
Well, why would you? That's weird. Oh, let me see.
Yes. I'm gonna actually review them. Because
Oh, real quick. I don't think you got a shot of the train car shadow, did you?
no, I did when we left.
That rail there is probably old.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's just been stored in case it's ever needed, if it ever is.
Well, we got quite a lot of clearance in here, so. I feel like my head's under a guillotine right now.
Folks, as we head
You'll
back,
live.
the train will actually make a safety and switching stop before we go into Deep River. And the second stop will be the riverboat connection, so I'll keep you apprised of what's going on. Thank you.
He doesn't have to do that because I've been trying to talk and I can't talk.
I wonder where the gas station is for this locomotive.
You mean water stop?
I'm talking about a big gas station.
That would be a coaling yeah, the quote-unquote gas station for a steam locomotive is usually a refueling facility known as a coaling tower. That'd be where coal is stored. That's where the engine would load up on coal. There'd usually be a water spout or a water tower where they'd refuel on water, and a sand dome where they'd refuel on sand to get grip on the rails.
If I'm right, they must have one at the station. So
Well, they'd probably have to do it all by hand now or with a backhoe now. You can, I mean, the thing is, anywhere you can have a water spigot, you can fill up a steam locomotive.
Yep.
That's what one of the guys who helped save 4501 said. You know, anywhere you can find a water tap, you can refill a steam locomotive. You can either haul coal with you or go have a backhoe load it for you. The sand, well, old-fashioned way.
Exactly.
Haul it with a bucket. But yeah, a lot of this scenery, I don't know if your camera will pick audio up, but a lot of the scenery I'm seeing reminds me a lot of what I've seen on many, many scenic railroads that I've been on. You know, Great Smoky Mountains, White Pass and Yukon, Cass Scenic, Durban Rocket. You know, all of them have very similar scenery, or some scenery that's reminiscent of all of the railroads put together, but all the same, it's just beautiful. It's just absolutely magnificent. You know, it's something unique. It's something special. I mean, the Great Smoky Mountains Railroad, as I said earlier, is the first railroad I ever rode. I rode it in 2004 when they had a day out with Thomas event. I went back about 12 years later, 13 years later, in 2016 to ride it again. When 1702, their main steam locomotive was brought back. Enjoyed it just as much then. And then, of course, White Pass and Yukon route, I went there the same year. Blew my breath away, and of course I'd waited since I was 3 years old to ride that train. All started with a film that my grandmother brought back. Once I sat down and watched it for the first time, I never moved. I was enticed by it. I mean, that's what got me hooked to trains, basically, that one film. You know, and after waiting, like I said, 13 years, I finally got to ride it. And I left the train crew on the train at White Pass stunned because I knew more about the railroad than they did. I mean, needless to say, I think I left my memory with them. And with Cass, I mean, I fell in love with that place. It's a rail fan's Florence, Italy, so to speak. I nearly burst into tears when I had to leave. But no, the reason I did is not because of the trains, it's because of the people. I mean, there's some of the most genuine Southern hospitality you could ever see there. The people there are just incredibly friendly. I mean, the staff are accommodating when it comes to things. And some of them never forget you. I befriended one man who has worked there for a while, worked up the ranks on the train. And the last time I went and rode the train, he had risen to the rank of conductor. So he was the conductor of the train going up to Bald Knob Mountain. And he remembered me from my first trip up there, which was, I think, a year or two earlier. Whether or not he still works there now or will remember me is, well, that awaits to be seen. But I'll be stunned if he or anybody else does. But I know I left a mark on them. I mean, you got to be somebody who loves trains when it comes to doing something like this. I mean, it's just something special, you know? You get to go at a slower pace. You get to go at your own pace, really. And that's what I love about this. That's why I love to travel and do this. It just gives me a chance to slow down and relax and just enjoy a bit of life that you just don't get a chance to see anymore. I mean, that's what I love about all this. That's what I really love about all this. You know, it's like I'm on one of the things I've been obsessed with for years. I'm with one of the best friends I've had in a good while. And we're both doing what we love, filming this, and just hopefully going to be able to...
My camera overheated again.
God! Okay, then, well, mine's got it, so it's fine, but still.
It really loves the heat. It's kind of a New England camera. It's a New England camera.
Here's my advice. Do what I do with my phone. Put it in a freezer for a while.
Where am I going to find a freezer?
Ice pack, my friend, ice pack. You're gonna boil your camera alive. Here, see if you can record going between the cars here. New York Central, we all know how that ended up. It ended up pretty dang badly. Hi, Farmer! Well, I can't film everything.
Actually,
Yeah, I've had stuff fall on my head before, but I'm still here, aren't I? Yes. My advice, though, is don't speed up whatever footage you've got. Like it's just windows. No, don't do that. That's not funny. But, you know, just, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't help when your camera decides to overheat and die on you. That's the issue.
I'll take care of it.
Or just have another camera that doesn't overheat.
No, I'm gonna hot glue a battery fan.
Put something out the window and it gets hit clearance, you're gonna lose it. All right, just be careful.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I think it's inside the inner window frame, though, so it should be fine. Well, I missed this bridge. Yeah, go figure. I've got to give you the train going around the curve here. I was going to say, if you were going to film me in my element right now, this would be a good time for it, because this is exactly what it's like. Some days. What do you mean? What did you say about hot gluing again? Because I'm curious.
I said, I better off just turn this thing out the window. It's almost useless for half the time.
Do you think it might be due to the battery? I'm just imagining the camera screaming, error, error, just be that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the train will make it a short stop here to throw the switch. Again, this is not the riverboat connection stop. This is just the switching stop so we can go on to the siding and make it easier for you to get onto the riverboat.
It's the station
Thank you.
stop.
Please remain seated.
I don't know what the conductor is complaining about. I'm not sticking it, you know, that far out. That's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to keep it inside the window anyway because I don't want to lose the camera. Of course, I say that. Look over here. Elevate.
But at this time, it's a good time to look around, make sure you get all
I'm not a
the
stupid teenager.
and other items, etc., to bring with you onto the boat. And then eventually you will return to this train to make your trip back to Essex. Thank you.
Take note of that sign there. I don't know if you can record inside, but
Where?
yeah, right there.
6, yeah.
That's a mile marker.
Yeah, I
It's-
saw a few of those while we were going past, so I got a few.
Well, I wasn't sure if you ever knew the explanation for them.
Well, I know what the mile markers are for.
Well, yeah, I don't know how many miles.
Towards towns.
Yeah. Well, now we're stopped. I've got a good chance to actually get a dang photo for once. So, as I've said in many of my videos, 1, 2, 3.
Brakes.
Are you sure?
I'm absolutely sure.
Buoys.
Those are, which ones? Oh, nope, those are swans. And the ducklings as well.
Hang on, where?
So you see the blue boat, if you look, there's also a drone in the air as well.
I can't.
There's a drone.
I can't.
They were moving and all of a sudden they had heads.
Yep, so right there,
They look like now they're up.
wave to the drone.
I don't see the drone at all.
Right here he comes.
He's going, what in the hell? Part
Such
three.
nice weather, you know, I'm not surprised.
Plot twist, the drone just runs out of battery and crashes into the water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be fun.
I'm gonna zoom in and spy on him. Jesse, look at my camera.
Oh my gosh. That's better than what I can do. Do you have active stabilizing in it?
Let me think. No, because I'm shaking. I always feel like somebody's watching me.
No, you're watching it.
Exactly. That's the idea.
I'm watching you watch.
Okay, then. I see how it is. No, just kidding. That reminds me of Driftwood Beach over on Jekyll. It's a beach known for Washington.
Footage here. I missed this part.
You're going to flip it? Oh, there's a Gilligan's Island scenario there. The boat's flipped over.
I saw that. And
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
the station we're going to come up to.
Yeah. Watch the rocks. Pull her in. Pull her in. Look at how close that's a close quarters switch, isn't it? Of course, if you could film the train coming in, that would be interesting. If if there's not enough train action up in. Oh damn, that's right. Oh yeah, that's right. Hello there.
The train's mad at you.
They notch brakes. That's what they're doing. They're having to stop. And here's the next part of our ride. And there was some slack action. There comes the dinner train.
There's your whistle.
Yeah, that's the Hancock air whistle. That was common on the New Haven. They were the ones who primarily used them.
Here it comes. Crisp.
Take that, Metro train. Here, pull your camera in a bit. Pull it in. Pull it in. Pull it in. Here, just pull it in.
There you go. I know. Yourself?